Why are you still alive? It is a habit. Just luck, I guess. Because when the mom of one of my child's classmates ended her own life, I swore to my daughter I'd never leave her like that. I haven't died yet. My mom can't afford funeral expenses. Spite. First off. Second. After spitefully living, I've found my calling and found purpose in life. So I'm gonna hang around a little bit longer. These bills aren't going to pay themselves. A few years ago I was going through some serious things in my life and I opened my window a lot of times and seriously considered jumping out, but I kept making some kind of event a few days later to have something to look up to. I guess that worked pretty well since now I'm living a happy life even if I don't have anything special going on. At this point it feels like I've survived too much to be the reason I get taken out. I have kids that need to be fed, clothed, and I do not want them to have PTSD like me, due to their father's suicide, just to suffer. I refuse to die until I know what the one piece is. Fear of death, and the unwavering feeling that there's something I have to do before I die. I don't know what it is, but I think I'll know once I've done it. I must outlive Nikocado Avocado. My dog wouldn't know why I never came home, and that makes me nauseous. Airbags and seat belts. Hit 2 stopped cars while going 70 miles per hour. Sent from hospital Wi-Fi. No fucking idea. I should have been dead 100 times over. I now run on coffee and hatred. I only have one life, so I think it's better to use it all and only then get some results. Too big of a pussy to do anything. Until I know what's on the other side, I'm staying here. To annoy my spouse. My metabolic processes haven't ceased functioning yet. Fuck knows TBH. The Bee Gees. I want to live my life to the fullest. I'm too scared to kill myself, ha ha ha, that's literally it. Like if I knew for sure I could just cleanly and painlessly end my life, I would be all over it. But I need to be certain. Full face motorcycle helmets. Me and 2 of my friends have each had wrecks that could have killed us but didn't. The helmets in 2/3 crashes took a ton of damage but no injuries to the head. I truly don't get why so many people hate to wear a helmet. My cat. Thank you, Wise, for the award. Made me tear up a little. And thank you Anonymous for the award. You're too kind. You, Agentinks, you. Agreeable_craft 6721, and you, Bilby Galade, thank you also so much. This is really warming my heart. You, Tiny Winadani, thank you very, very much. You, ZombieNerd300, I greatly appreciate your award. Thank you so much. Spite. Dying inside. I kinda just wanna see how it plays out, honestly. My kids. Luck. Same reason anybody is alive. Everyone has had myriad situations where some bad luck could have ended them. Breaking generational family curses. I'm exposing everything. Self-love and friends. Am I? Someone told me to go die or kill myself once. I refuse to die out of spite now. Fuck that guy. I just keep waking up. Because when I didn't want to be, I didn't have the energy to end it all. Luckily. Unironically, the 2016 election. I was an actively suicidal 15-year-old at the time, but then I got sucked into the whole election thing. And since there was a scandal every few days, it was a very good distraction and I really wanted to know the outcome. By the time it was over, my suicidal thoughts had calmed down. My ex saved my life. I OD'd on heroin and she found me on the floor. She was supposed to be with her sister, but she was nervous when she hadn't heard from me in a few hours. She came over and my lips were blue. Dead on the floor. Called 911. I woke up and coughed and vomited everywhere. Spent 2 days in the hospital. We broke up 2 years later in February 2019. And I've been sober since June 2019. Went to rehab. Got cleaned up. I'm afraid of what other people will think. And I also think my partner would be sad. I would have died as a newborn from a congenital heart defect, but my mom saved my life. Heart. Guardian angels working overtime. One Piece manga is still running and I refuse to die before I see the ending. Even if I have to crawl back out of the underworld for it. Respiration. A lot of reasons if I think about it. My biggest one is weed for sure though. Since most other medications don't work or makes me worse. Or the feeling you get when looking at the stars while walking around town at 3 a.m. The fact anyone can create things whether they have purpose or not. And cats. Just cats in general, I go absolutely feral, they are so cute. Because my vows hold me hostage. I swore before witnesses. That has to count for something? I just love him so much I couldn't do it. He struggles as well, so no need to play tit for tat cuz. How will we know? Weird, but I gotta find some humor somewhere. Haven't forgotten to breath. Because I refused to die after being raped and stabbed. I actually crawled to the light. A street light. My husband, stepson and dog. At my most depressed there were days my husband just pulled me in and wouldn't let go. And days where my stepson just grabbed my hand and told me he loved me. And then days the dog just kissed me or snuggled up next to me. Now I'm grateful that I'm in a much better place. But I'm here because OD their support and love. Detective Rust Cole. I tell myself I bear witness. But the real answer is that it's obviously my programming. And I lack the constitution for suicide. Honestly. IDK. Don't want to kill myself. But I don't want to keep doing this either. So, here we are. Inertia. A complete stranger decided to risk his life and save me from being kidnapped. Because I don't want to die. The car that hit me wasn't going fast enough. My family would be sad. Cliché, but my wife and kids. As much as they aggravate the piss out of me, sometimes I still love them, and if not for them would have already drowned myself in alcohol and pills. If there was an off switch, I think I'd have probably hit it by now. I'm just waiting to die at this point. Because I was legally allowed to have an abortion in 2019. I'm stubborn as hell. I don't even know tears of joy. I just love my life. That's it. For my dogs. Bold of you to assume I'm alive. Because dying is too expensive. I met someone worth living for. I say no to the Reaper on a daily basis. It pisses off my enemies. Responsibilities. My kids. I don't want them to go through the foster system. For my rats. Because of the beautiful people like you I get to observe. Modern medical science and a whole lot of concentrated oxygen. COVID is no joke.